While I was editing the previous video, I came across all kinds of people, and among them, I found this YouTuber named Kaida, who really surprised me. So, let's see what he has to say, and how many facts he throws out about Ironheart.
Shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
5 seconds in, and honestly, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, at least until he actually started the video.
Alright, man, let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? It's Kaida, aka Kalo Too Short, and today we actually have the official trailer for Marvel's Ironheart. We were talking about it the other day about how there has been no promotional material for a show that releases in a month, and they just decided to drop the trailer a day after I released my video. It's crazy how that lined up, to be honest. But we're gonna talk about the trailer and the fact that it is already ratio.
That's like less than 6% in dislikes compared to the views shown there. And let's be real, not everyone click like or dislike on videos, so
and everybody on the internet unanimously hates it, besides the weirdos on Twitter who we're going to talk about. But before we do all that, I need y'all to do 3 things for me: like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine, don't worry about it. Because in Fantastic Four, instead of y'all thinking they're going to be facing off against Galactus, they're going to be facing off against Doom, but it's not going to be Robert Downey Jr., it's going to be Rachel Zegler instead.
Weird.
Now let's get into it.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hey, Future Kaida here. I was editing a video and decided that I couldn't get through this video without throwing in my racist joke.
why would you? Why would you need to add racist jokes? You could have said dark humor, but no, you specifically said racist. Why?
But I need to do this. I need to get it off my chest. It's gonna be crazy when she tries to jump into her suit and realize that it's only 13% charged.
That's racist!
This is the one hero that you can't call in to come do something because she's only going to get the job done 3/5 of the time. You need to hope and pray that that suit never catches on fire, because there's going to be a particular sound that she will just be immune from hearing. Does the mask come with an automatic Newport dispenser?
You need to leave!
All of the villains are going to smell her coming because she's going to smell like shea butter. Okay, let's get to the actual video.
It's honestly sad that the memes he used to tell the audience when to laugh were funnier than the actual jokes.
The trailer for Ironheart dropped the other day, and I have to be 100% honest with you guys. It's not a bad trailer.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
It's an abysmal trailer. It does everything that everybody expects all these companies to do when it comes to their DEI hires. And before some weirdo gets in my comments saying Ironheart is from the comics, she's not a DEI hire. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is the hiring practice of somebody based on their superficiality, whether it be their race, their gender, their sexuality, and all those things, rather than their merit. Ironheart has failed in the comics multiple times. They tried to push her as the brand new Iron Man, and she still failed.
Although in part you're right that Ironheart can be seen as a DI character, there's a rumor, and it's more than a rumor, actually a confirmed statement from the creator, that he based her on a black woman from Chicago whose life story inspired him deeply. According to the Times, he said, "One of the things that stuck with me when I was working in Chicago a couple of years ago on a TV show that didn't end up airing was the amount of chaos and violence. And this story of this brilliant, young woman whose life was marred by tragedy that could have easily ended her life, just random street violence, and went off to college was very inspiring to me. I thought that was the most modern version of a superhero or superheroine story I had ever heard. And I sat with it for a while until I had the right character and the right place." So, we don't really know if Ironheart was created just as a DI character or from a personal, human experience. Only the creator and his editor truly know. But your definition of DI feels pretty narrow. It's not just about hiring or creating characters based on race, gender, or sexuality. The D in DI stands for diversity in all forms: age, culture, social class, religion, or disabilities. Your summary reduces it to just identity categories, which misses the bigger picture. Now, about Ironheart failing. In comics, you showed a news screenshot saying her solo run ended. In comics, major characters like Spider-Man have long runs, But lesser-known characters often get shorter solo series based on sales. Ironheart's first solo lasted 12 issues, which is actually quite good for a character less than 2 years old. Did it end due to low sales? Yes. But considering the context, 12 issues was a strong start. The story ended well and fans were satisfied. After that, she joined the Champions, appeared in other stories, was part of Iron Man 2020, and she gets a one-shot in April. So, how exactly is that a failure? And no, she was never meant to be the new Iron Man. Tony Stark remains Iron Man. I'll give you a fact point for saying she's DI, and I'll immediately take it back for the author's declarations, and put it under lies, right next to your claims about her replacing Iron Man.
And even with those comic sales flopping, she's a black female character, so they still kept promoting her. She was even in Black Panther Emotional Manipulation, and nobody knew who the character was, but she still got her own television show. If that's not the definition of a DEI hire, then I don't know what is. Just race, gender swap. That's all they do. That's the extent of their creativity.
Nobody knew who she was? Tell me, how many people knew who Agatha Harkness was before WandaVision? How many casual fans knew Echo before Hawkeye? How many knew about Moon Knight, Shang-Chi, Eternals, or even Guardians of the Galaxy before their movies? This is how it works. Marvel introduces characters, then expands them. You can't just say nobody knowing her when her appearance is literally meant to introduce her. That's called world building. It's what we have praised Marvel for since Phase 1. I mean, they build the MCU with B and C class heroes after selling the most important a couple of years before. But now it's emotional manipulation? Come on, man. So let's keep it real. Riri isn't a gender swap. She's not a race swap. She's an original character who challenges your idea of what a genius superhero can look like. You just don't like that, and that's okay. But don't lie about it. Now, let's look at the precedent. Heimdall was white in the comics. Mac Carey was a white man. Domino in Deadpool wasn't black. The Ancient One wasn't a woman. Baron Mordo wasn't black either. And I'll stop there, because you get the point. Did any of those changes actually hurt the stories they were in? No. Because what matters is the execution, not the skin tone. So again, if the character is well written, race and gender aren't the problem. The problem is the bias you bring to the discussion.
But back to the trailer, it did exactly what I knew they were going to do. Within the first minute of the trailer and them introducing the character, Riri Williams, you gotta be a little Riri to think this is going to be good, but Riri Williams, the first thing that y'all see your main hero do is start vandalizing and destroying an elevator in order for her to escape, instead of using that genius brain they keep saying she has in order to defect the bomb. Yeah, a little on the nose there, Marvel. You're gonna have your black female character and the first thing you see her do is destroying property. That's not a good look, but hey, I guess so.
Welcome, Riri. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview. You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you'll find a gas mask. Good luck.
Screw this.
Riri Williams was a genius.
You said she should have used her genius to disarm the bomb. What bomb? Think for a second. That place is their own base. If they planted a bomb there, wouldn't that just kill everyone? That doesn't even make sense. Even worse, it wasn't a bomb. It was a gas trap, a device flooding her space with toxic fumes. She had 3 minutes to live. But sure, in your fantasy, she stops, pulls out a wrench, and MacGyver's a solution instead of doing the one thing that actually saves her, getting out. Sounds like someone's watched one too many Batman, prep time, memes. Oh, and by the way, isn't the very first thing we see Tony Stark doing in the MCU selling weapons of mass destruction in a war-torn country while grinning like a frat bro? That's our white billionaire hero's intro, arms dealing in Afghanistan. But no, clearly the issue is the black girl breaking an elevator to survive. Got it.
Wait, didn't she also do that in Black Panther Emotional Manipulation when she killed all those cops?
No worry, I got a special delivery for y'all in 3, 2, 1.
And this right here is exactly why I wanted to talk about you, Kaida. You're not just a liar, you're the worst kind of liar. The kind who doesn't even know how to lie properly. So let's look at the scene you or your editor, who, honestly, looks like they hate you and probably aren't getting paid enough, decided to include in your own video. But this time, let's slow it down.
Don't worry, I got a special delivery for y'all in 3, 2.
There. Not a single cop is near the cars when they explode. No one dies. No one gets hit. You literally proved yourself wrong in your own video. Tell me this was bait, man. Please. Because if this wasn't bait then, you might be one of the dumbest dishonest critics I've ever seen on this app. After Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker. And if you really want to know, if anyone had died in that scene, the blame wouldn't be on Riri, it would have been on the government. Because, and this is the part people love to ignore, there's a whole subplot involving Valentina, yes, the same one from Thunderbolts, where she's trying to legally kidnap Riri, so she can build tech that detects vibranium. So Riri escapes with Shuri and Okoye, because let's not forget, everyone working under Valentina, they're corrupt agents and cops. They even sent a drone to chase her down. But hey, to know all that, you'd actually have to watch the movie.
And also, the crew that she's gonna be running with is a bunch of mixed race people going around committing crimes. Dang, instead of being based on Iron Man, she might be based on the George Floyd riots. But back to the trailer, every time that they show Riri Williams, the only thing they do is, oh, she's so smart. Oh, you're such a genius. Oh my God, the whole world needs to see your greatness. You know, the tell, don't show side of storytelling that these modern writers like to do, and the affirmation of the characters that they could do nothing wrong. The classic Mary Sue trope.
Indeed, what you and other so-called expert critics do is believe your own lies. Let's start with the second part. You claim that Marvel only tells us Riri Williams is a genius and never shows it. You believe that. Your audience believes that. And anyone with selective blindness will believe it too. But let's break it down. In the trailer, we literally see her power up and escape an elevator trap. That's not luck, that's intellect. She's a genius because she built 2 functional flying suits. And we know she can do that because in Wakanda Forever, which you featured in your own video, she builds a working prototype from scratch, then in whole functional armor with Wakandan tech. Oh, and don't forget the core plot point. She also built the vibranium detecting machine the whole CIA is after. And if we go by the second trailer, she creates an AI hologram using her brainwaves as a base. She even incorporates magic to enhance her armor. And the suit in that trailer? It's completely different from the others. That's not one-off luck. So let's tally that up, shall we? By the end of Wakanda Forever and the trailers, Riri Williams has built 1 prototype flying suit, created 4 different functional armors, invented a vibranium detection machine, developed a holographic AI, mastered magic to enhance tech. That's called showing. And it backs up the telling just fine. Oh, and the cherry on top? She has a scholarship at MIT. So yeah, she's a bit smarter than your average YouTube commenter.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you win her out. Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
Okay, now that we've established Marvel both shows and tells, let's address your claim that everyone is just blindly calling her a genius. First, there's the Hood, a criminal gang leader who's clearly trying to manipulate her into joining his side. That's not genuine praise, it's flattery with an agenda. Then, there's this mentor figure who tells her she's not the first MIT genius. That's not empty praise, it's a reality check from someone guiding a student who's already earned her place. Based on the trailers, her white armor was built at MIT, so it's reasonable to think this mentor is cautioning her not to push herself too hard chasing Tony Stark's legacy. Remember, Tony Stark had unlimited money and resources. Riri is building with what she's been given. The story highlights her struggle. It's not just handing her success on a silver platter. So maybe you're confusing respect for talent with an undeserved gift.
She teams up with the Hood, and if you don't know who the Hood is, I wouldn't blame you because he's kind of a deep cut character, not even an E or F tier. He's probably down there in the M tier for Mephisto, because that's who the Hood works for. You know, the demon god that should have been in WandaVision, controlling Wanda and not making her this out to be an evil person because her fake Rose toy broke.
I'll be honest, that's a fact. Mephisto had to be part of the WandaVision story or Agatha all along. But fans of Mephisto have been nagging about this ever since The Defenders came out. Yes, that Netflix show. I still remember people insisting that this woman, Alexandra Reed, was actually Mephisto. But hey, at least he's finally going to show up in Ironheart.
Yes, that Hood. Why he's in Ironheart? No fucking clue. He's just there. And he's Latino now, so thank you, Disney, for giving us more diversity in the crime department of the MCU. We really appreciate it.
Well, like I said before, did any of those changes actually hurt the stories they were in? No, because what matters is the execution, not the skin tone. So again, if the character is well written, race and gender aren't the problem. The problem is the bias you bring to the discussion. And honestly, I haven't seen any Latino complaining about the Hood's casting. Also, who's still unironically saying MCU in 2025? Are you trying to summon a YouTube algorithm from 2019 or something? What's next? You gonna call Captain Marvel feminazi propaganda again? Bro, your talking points are so outdated, they probably have a MySpace account.
He's obviously recruiting Riri Williams into his gang because she wants to build something iconic.
I want to build something undeniable, something
Important?
iconic.
Not a great plan.
That part of the trailer really got me. Let's stop with the jokes and be serious for a moment. In order to do something iconic, you yourself have to trailblaze in such a way that nobody has done before and uniquely stand out on your own. If you look at any kind of icon, whether it be in sports, music, movies, comics, games, any of these other things, all of those individuals have done something that was never done before. If you want to take it to the comics, Captain America is iconic because he was a US soldier and he had the vibranium shield in the USA outfit. Everybody knows what that looks like because it's his thing. It's iconic. Black Panther, he has his own black vibranium suit and he looks like a Black Panther. Everybody knows what it looks like because he did his own thing, especially the suit with the cape, which is one of my favorites. It's iconic because it's his. Nobody else did that before. And if you want to take it to the character that she's ripping off, Iron Man, the gold and red iron suit is iconic because nobody did that before. When you think of Iron Man, you think of Tony Stark because he was the only individual to do what he did in the comics. And even if you want to bring it into the MCU, everybody knows what he looks like. It's iconic. So when it comes to Riri Williams, how can you sit here and say, oh, I want to build something iconic by ripping off another dude's thing that he already fucking did?
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
It's like a common sense thing, dude. Anybody with a working brain can tell you this is retarded. You can't say, I want to do something iconic. Let me go copy your homework real quick. We're both going to get A's.
Honestly, I don't even know what your point is anymore. You say Tony Stark is iconic because of what he built. And sure, red and gold armor is classic. But in the comics, Riri's early suit was modeled after his. Because Tony Stark literally sent her an AI version of himself to help guide her. That's not a ripoff. That's called mentorship. And guess what? She evolved her design over time into her own distinct suit, magenta, black and golden. That's character development. And in the MCU? Not a single one of Riri's suits has been red and gold. Wakanda forever gave us red and black. At MIT, we saw white. With the hood, it's gray. And in the trailer, she's clearly wearing a different model again. So where exactly is she copying Iron Man? Is building armor now trademarked? Should every new genius build, what, a wooden go-kart to be original? No, what's happening here is you saw a young black woman in a suit and defaulted to rip off, without engaging with the actual story, in the comics or in the MCU. And then, to top it off, you throw out the R word like it's some kind of punctuation. That doesn't make your point hit harder, it just makes your argument fall apart faster. Try using real words next time. As for you saying she's not iconic because she was inspired by someone else? Miles Morales, Kate Bishop, Sam Wilson, every Robin ever. Legacy doesn't erase identity. It evolves it. So if Riri copied homework, then why does her answers look nothing like Tony's?
Well, it looks like... Oh my fucking god. What is it? It looks like you still got some check boxes that you gotta do, Marvel, with all your cast of characters.
And what exactly are you laughing at? It's just an actor. You're laughing like their very existence is a punchline. Okay, let's check who it is. Oh, it's Zoe Terex, a trans masculine actor. So, you're laughing because Marvel cast a trans actor? That's the joke? Well, you're the same guy who needed to open the video with racist jokes, so honestly, expectations were already on the floor. You didn't disappoint.
It's not looking like it's gonna be a success for the MCU. It looks like more MCU. It looks like more of the stuff that people are tired of. Your brand has gone downhill in the last 5 years because of shit like Ironheart. Now, admittedly, they did greenlight this back in 2020 when they were trying to do more quantity over quality, but still, this is one of those situations where it's a lose-lose. We talked about it before.
Okay, I decided to look up official numbers and data, and I made this chart. The top row lists the movies. The colors represent the protagonist, magenta for female-led films, blue for male-led, and mixed if the story mainly focuses on both a man and a woman. Then we have the budget, how much it cost to make from Wikipedia, the box office taken from IMDb's box office section, the tomato meter, which measures professional critic scores, and the popcorn meter, which reflects audience enjoyment. For the box office, the colors are divided like this. Red, earned less than double the budget 1 point. Yellow, earned about twice the budget 2 points. Green, earned 3x or more 3 points. Cyan, crossed the $1 billion mark 4 points. For critic scores, anything between 80 to 99% is 3 points, 60 to 79% is 2 points, and 59% and below is 1 point. If any film gets 100%, it would be worth 4 points. With this system, we can rank the films objectively, regardless of how good or bad the plot is, because every movie is someone's favorite and someone else's least favorite. And as you can see, all this talk about Phase 4 and 5 being the MCU, or the death of Marvel, the data doesn't support it. These movies were actually better received by audiences than Phase 2 and 3 films. And if we care more about fans than critics, I gotta ask, can we really take critics at face value? Look at the scores they gave Black Widow, Doctor Strange 2, and even Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, seriously? Phases 2 and 3 had several billion-dollar box office hits, but let's take a closer look at which movies actually did that. Every Avengers film hit the billion mark. No surprise, they're team-up events. Iron Man 3 was the first third movie in the MCU, riding the high from the Avengers. Captain America: Civil War had the hook of hero versus hero, and was practically an Avengers movie in disguise. Black Panther was the first black-led superhero film in the MCU, a cultural event, not just a movie. Captain Marvel was the first solo female-led MCU film, teased right after Infinity War, and carried momentum. Spider-Man: Far From Home came right after Endgame, serving as a sort of epilogue for the entire Infinity Saga. So what do these have in common? They weren't just random billion-dollar movies. They had unique hooks, milestone status, or strategic placement in the timeline. It wasn't just white male leads equal success. It was event storytelling and fresh representation that drove engagement. Marvel could literally just grab every hero they've introduced, throw them into a blender, pick a random villain from a wiki list, kill off 2 fan favorites for fake stakes, slap Avengers on the poster, and boom, another billion-dollar weekend. And guess what? That's exactly what they're doing with Doomsday and Secret Wars. So no, the MCU isn't ruined. You're just having in-game withdrawals. You missed the crowd reactions, the portal scenes, the on your left dopamine blasts. I get it.
The trailer has been quickly ratioed. It's looking like it's gonna be another Marvel situation, and you already have the idiots on the internet doing exactly what they're supposed to do.
It's because of the racist and misogynistic white men.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm black, right? Hey, Future Kaida here. I was editing a video and decided that I couldn't get through this video without throwing in my racist jokes. And I like black stuff. So I'm sorry in advance, but I need to do this. I need to get it off my chest. I talk about it all the time. I just had a video that I dropped like 3 weeks ago about Sinners. It's gonna be crazy when she tries to jump into her suit and realize that it's only 13% charged. And I absolutely love that film. So this is the one hero that you can't call in to come do something because she's only going to get the job done 3/5 of the time. Much that I fought Warner Brothers copyright system in order for me to keep it up. You need to hope and pray that that suit never catches on fire because there's going to be a particular sound that she will just be immune from hearing. And I don't like Ironheart. I see clear as day what you're doing with that character. Does the mask come with an automatic Newport dispenser? Am I a misogynistic white man? Hey, Future Kaida here. I was editing a video and decided that I couldn't get through this video without throwing in my racist joke. So,
The tweet was about misogynistic and racist white man. You only say I am black. I like black stuff. Does that make me a misogynistic white man? Like, I am going to give you a fact point for saying that you are black. Next time don't add racist jokes in the same video where you are defending yourself about not being racist. And, by the way, why didn't you say anything about the misogynistic part? But it doesn't matter, you were responding to a parody account. What a silly move.
You see how that narrative starts to get really fucking stupid? Racist jokes. Oh, but we got more because discussing film, a Twitter account where you're supposed to go there and discuss film, but they blocked me for doing just that.
What did you say to make people block you, Kaida?
Posted the trailer on their Twitter and locked the replies. Why would you do that? Why would you stop people from having open discourse about film? That doesn't make any sense if you ask me.
Let me guess. A Marvel show with a black female lead? Yeah, what a shocker. Twitter, the platform where people spew hate without thinking twice, reacted badly to a black woman. Who could have possibly predicted that?
But then you got retards like this.
Seriously, did you just discover that word yesterday or what?
Why are the replies closed? Because of the fucking racists and misogynists started the hate campaign without even seeing it.
Wait a minute, how can everybody be racist when everyone wanted the James Rhodes TV show or movie Armor Wars to get off of the ground?
And here's the real issue. You think people watching the MCU for fun are the same as the ones who scream woke the second there's something too modern. They're not. You confuse critics with clowns.
Everybody was complaining about that because we wanted more Rhodey before we found out he was a fucking Skrull and not even just a regular Skrull, a female one. So how was everybody racist?
Have you seen the things people say about Sam Wilson just for becoming Captain America? You called him Captain Black Man.
So it looks like after the flop of Captain Black Man that happened.
So what happens when War Machine gets a show? Are you gonna call him Iron Black Dude?
I just want one time for somebody to use critical fucking thinking. If everyone is saying the exact same thing, maybe, just maybe, there might be a reason for it.
Because they all follow people who say the same thing, and you've convinced yourselves you speak for everyone, when it's just a few dozen voices bouncing off the same echo chamber.
You can't call everyone on the internet racist for not wanting to see an obvious race bait character.
Race baiting isn't when you feel uncomfortable about a character's race. It's when people deliberately provoke hatred against an entire racial group. And a Marvel show about Black woman isn't provoking hate. You and your crowd are.
When Black fucking Panther is the highest grossing black movie of all time. And not only did black people go see it, white people went and saw it, Latinos went and saw it, Asians went and saw it. So you can't say everyone is racist because they don't like this character specifically.
The issue here isn't that people call you racist because you dislike Riri Williams. It's how you talk about her. It's the lying. It's the lazy race-based labeling. It's the fact that you need to distort facts just to justify a hate video. And your audience? They eat it up.
Especially a movie I just talked about a little while ago, Sinners. It's the highest grossing original film in over a decade, and the entire cast is almost all black. You can't say everyone's racist because they're propping up and loving this film, Sinners. It's a stupid fucking argument.
Even Critical Drinker made a video about Sinners, but didn't dare upload it to his main channel. Why? Because he knows his audience is that openly toxic. And even he didn't want the heat. People like Nerdrotic and his 9 white dude friends all pushing the same tired hate and nearly 40 plus years old. And if you don't believe me, watch this.
Yeah. Who the hell else would it be, bitch? Oh, man, I'm in. I'm in. Let's go, bitch.
Sassy AI.
Yeah, but if she created it, how does she not know what it is?
I know.
Your greatest creation, girl.
The AI got possessed, and it's
maybe it comes
I think
from the
she is
dark
a demonic
hole or
magic
something.
AI.
Yeah. I don't
Nothing
know.
about that looks good.
It's Mephisto in black female face.
I hope so. Either that or Black Jarvis.
No, this is Tony Stark.
Yes.
I thought she was gonna be best friends with Tony Stark. Why is he not in the show?
What would her Jarvis be called?
Jarvisqua. I already said Jarvisqua.
Jaquisha. I think Jamichael works good.
I'm going with Shanae.
I'm gonna go with shit.
Wow. Likely.
Let's see some comments under that video. They're not hiding it. And yet, you keep playing right into it.
Maybe it's, hey, we see you're bringing these characters out just because of their skin color and their gender, and that's all they are, so people don't like that.
You're the one reducing these characters to just their race and gender. Not Marvel. Not the trailer. You?
People don't like being pandered and preached to and pretending like, oh, they're just so better because of their attributes that they have no fucking control over. That's stupid. It turns your whole audience off.
In the Ironheart trailer, they don't even mention Riri's race or gender, but somehow, that's all you can see. You say the show's forcing identity politics, but the only one screaming about race is you, Kaida.
But using that kind of logic just doesn't work for a lot of morons, so I guess we're all just fucking racist now. Racist joke, so...
You are racist.
All in all, it doesn't even matter if you think we're racist or not. Y'all are gonna cry and complain on Twitter, oh, the trailer's ratioed. Oh, y'all aren't even giving it a chance. And doing all that stuff in your tweets are gonna get a hell of likes and impressions and shares and all those other things. And then the show is gonna drop its 3 episodes and nobody's still gonna fucking watch it. Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you, the show is 6 episodes long, and they're dropping 3 episodes in 1 week and 3 episodes the next week.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
That's how you know they have no confidence and just want to get this shit out of the door.
Ender did the same thing, and people love it. Plus, they choose to make it that way because it will easy to people to watch it. Marvel Disney Plus series are like 40 minutes long, sometimes more, sometimes less. So 3 chapters per week will be almost a 120 minutes movie.
I said it the other day. It's going to get shunned, it's going to get shamed, it's going to get ridiculed because of the optics, no matter how good the television show ends up being.
And then you go and say, no matter how good the show is, we're gonna hate it anyway. Really? You just admitted your bias. You threw away your entire argument with that one sentence.
And you have the opposite end. You're going to be called racist, you're going to be called sexist, you're going to be called a bigot, and all those other things just for seeing the obvious.
That's why people call you racist. Because you're parroting the exact same talking points racists use. You're not criticizing the trailer or what the show is going to be about. You're trying to pre-hate it for what it represents. And what it represents terrifies you.
And again, the funniest part about it all is it's not gonna fucking matter in about a month. The show is gonna drop, you're gonna have 2 weeks of people roasting it, and then right after it's done, it's just gonna be completely memory hold. But that's all I got for you right now, man. I will see you guys on the next one again.
Honestly, I made this video for only one reason. I fucking hate liars. When the show comes out and ends being bad, make all the videos you want. But don't you dare to make people hate something with lies. I hope you can understand that. This was breaking the cycle. And if you're still watching, whether you agree or not, I invite you, watch the show. Don't take my word. Don't take theirs. Decide for yourself. And I'll see you at the next link we'll break.